everybody, and welcome to episode 390 of the All You Can Hear podcast. I am your host for the evening, Tanner, and with me, I'm joined by my two gorgeous regular co-hosts.
Voluptuous.
Oh my God. Can you not talk while I'm talking?
I figured that was going to happen because I don't remember the last time Wenzel actually had to say, I'm Wenzel on the podcast when he wasn't hosting.
I just said voluptuous.
We are joined from the land down under, from the Emerald Coast, that man across the ocean, one Garrett Kidney. Garrett, how are you doing?
Ireland's in the northern hemisphere. I have to start there. I'm sorry.
Tear his ass up. Tear his ass up.
Hey, Garrett, we were just talking about before we got on the horn. Alabama ranked 44th in education. You cannot expect me to know that.
That's true. I'm more upset you didn't introduce me as gorgeous. The other two are gorgeous. And nothing about me.
Well, I mean,
that's true. Goes
without saying.
Wow, I'm just so hideous you can't even remark on it.
No, Garrett, your voice speaks for you. You have the sexy, mysterious European Irish accent.
I agree.
The vaguely unplaceable, indistinct accent that no one really knows is Irish. But it only gets Irish when I'm worked up. It
is actually really funny. I remember, God, Garrett, this was probably 10 years ago.
My panties are dropped.
We had recorded a podcast and my mom had heard you and I told her you were Irish. She goes, "That's Irish?" And I go, "Yeah."
I've got to lay on like the faith and begorra. just to let some Irish out, and then she'll think, "Oh, geez, he's from the west of Ireland."
Yeah. Again, we haven't always been 44th in education. In her day, we were definitely 49th.
Yeah. I should say too, this is me and Colt's first time meeting, Garrett. So yeah, it's nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess y'all haven't ever been on anything together because Garrett. That's his.
I'm being insulted left, right, and center here. How dare you?
Whoa.
Garrett was on Tanner's trivia tournament with Patrick. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess y'all, I didn't even consider that when I was like, "Oh, do y'all mind if Garrett comes on for the Switch 2 predictions?" We're doing Switch 2 predictions.
They were like, "Who the fuck is Garrett?"
I just assumed y'all knew each other.
I mean, we know who he is.
I've seen his tweets.
Never interacted.
Okay. Well, as I just mentioned, we're doing Switch 2 predictions, but we're doing something a little bit different.
Ooh.
We're doing a Switch 2 predictions draft.
Oh.
I have okay, Colt.
I don't want to die in the war.
Hold your excitement in. I have come up with 5 categories where everybody will be drafting their prediction for the Switch 2 Direct, which at the time you're listening to this will be on Wednesday. If you're listening day of release. Well, it's on Wednesday, April 2nd anyways. I have 5 categories. We will be going. I've already roulette wheeled the order because I wanted this to be a surprise. None of them knew this was going to be a draft. And I thought this would be a good way to kind of focus in on what everybody is kind of wanting to say. I have added a caveat because as with everything that we have to do, there has to be a winner. So there are points assigned. And I don't know what the winner's going to get yet. But they'll get something. Hey, winner gets a mystery prize. And let's just say,
credit.
Let's just say, not bad to have me on your side, even though I am competing in this.
Tanner is buying the winner a Switch 2.
Tanner.
Oh.
Do you think it's going to be hard to get a pre-order?
No, not at all.
I hope not.
There's all those stories about how they've spent like a year extra making more of them.
I know. Just, God, I'm worried.
I expect the price to be painful and that a lot of people are going to be hurting.
I expect Reggie to buy several of his own units and then scalp them.
That's true.
Well, he would have to buy them since he hasn't worked at Nintendo in like 10 years now.
He has
yeah, he's rich. So our 5 categories that we will be drafting our prediction. Round 1 is going to be the first party game shown that's not Mario Kart. The second round will be the first third-party game shown. Our third category will be the release date. Our fourth category is going to be the American price of the Switch 2. And our fifth and final category is going to be the one last thing that Nintendo is going to drop at the end of the Switch 2 Direct. And as I said, I've already picked our draft order. Oh, well, I didn't pick. I let a roulette wheel spin. Before I tell you
using
the draft,
AI.
yeah. Before I unveil the draft order, I'll let y'all vote. Would y'all like to do a straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 draft, or would y'all want to do a snake draft, which will be first, second, third, fourth, third, second, first?
I want to do a lizard draft.
Snake, personally.
Snake draft.
Okay, I have something to say real quick before I forget, and it's just so funny because I've been laughing in silence right now. It'd be really funny if the last thing that they do is like, and one last thing, and they pull a gun out and just shoot Colt.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
I'm not even there.
Wenzel, if you get every prediction wrong and that comes true, I will crown you the winner.
I'll be at work.
Hey, you never know where they're going to strike. All right. So I heard snake draft.
Yes.
There? Oh,
snake draft. Okay, we will do a snake draft.
Whoa! This is a democracy.
It is. 2 out of 3 people voted snake draft. You've been outvoted.
Lizard's close to a snake.
I voted snake draft too. My vote counts.
Oh, okay. 100% for the snake draft. The draft order is with the first pick, Garrett.
Cool.
The second pick is Wenzel. The third pick is Colt. And with the last pick, it is myself.
I shouldn't have fucking voted for snake draft. Fuck.
So with our first, and obviously you can talk through your prediction and everything. Also going to say you cannot pick what somebody else has already chosen. You have to be different.
I'm excited for us to go Price is Right rules on the price then. It's like slightly above or below.
You know?
What if we kill another person?
Well, you know. So Garrett, with our first pick, what do you think on Wednesday will be the first party game shown that is not Mario Kart? Well, I guess it's technically 10 because they count Mario Kart Tour as 9.
They do not.
They do. Look it up.
That can't be true.
They count Mario Kart Tour as 9. I don't think this is. I don't think Mario Kart's going to have a number after it. I think it's going to be called Mario Kart something.
And the last one, just never again making another one.
No, I just don't think there's going to be a number after it. It honestly wouldn't shock me if they just call it Mario Kart.
I would not like that.
Mario Karts.
Ooh,
now we're talking.
Mario's Kart, possessive.
Like Postmasters General.
Ooh. Mario's Kart, Mario plural. All right, Garrett, what do you think the first party game shown will be?
I'm gonna say 3D Mario. That seems the safest bet.
Yeah.
It seems the one that they probably will be releasing this year. I'd imagine that is their fall game. So I'm going to say that will show up first. I will make a broader prediction as well. I will say it will be set in an urban environment. That will be the hook.
Ooh.
It'll be all urban environment for Mario.
It'll be
all New Donk City.
All New Donk?
Not just New Donk, but will be urban, all city.
Wow, they're going to go to New Los Angeles.
Yes, it will all be named after American cities.
Well, New Los Angeles is what the spaceship in Xenoblade's called.
I'm playing that right now. I'm not a fake fan.
Because they wanted to, you know. All right, Wenzel, what do you think the first party game shown by Nintendo on Wednesday is going to be?
I don't know. Why are you asking me that? I'm gonna give you a Nintendo Switch 2 fact. It's a console.
Whoa, okay.
Plays games.
But
let me put that down.
We actually
don't know if it plays games yet.
True. No, they showed Mario Kart.
That-
No,
that- that-
it plays a movie of Mario Kart. Actually.
Yeah, I was about to
Can't
say
play
we
the
haven't
game.
seen gameplay.
okay, you're really messing me up. That was one of my other facts. You can't say that.
I'm so sorry. Hey, you say it later.
Thank you. But no, seriously, I think the Mario one is a really good guess. Like that's really hard to trump or pull anything other than that. So I mean, they could be really surprising. My guess would be maybe Metroid Prime 4 Beyond,
Oh, okay. I can see
Just-
them opening with that.
just because it's still scheduled for 2025. So like, I don't know. It seems like kind of a good guess, maybe that they're gonna show that since it's been so long. So that's my guess.
Or they may show that at the Switch One Direct tomorrow.
I was gonna say it is worth noting we're recording this before that, so if you're like,
Yeah.
that's really stupid, they showed that at the Switch One Direct. Listen, we don't know.
Hey, I will say they could also, if they showed at the Switch One Direct, they could open the Direct and be like, "This is what Prime 4 is going to look like on the Switch 2."
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I think that's a good pick. Colt, what do you think the first party game shown by Nintendo will be?
Sorry, I said okay. That I wasn't being rude. I was just saying yeah, like agreeing. Sorry.
Hey, you know what, Wenzel? Didn't even take it as such.
This is a shot in the dark, but it's something that I've been wanting for a very long time. And that is a third-person platformer Donkey Kong 64-like game.
Oh, 3D Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't had a new DK in 10 years.
It's all Tropical
was
Freeze.
10 years ago, so it's been a while.
God, yeah. And there was that rumor that Retro was working on it forever ago, and that seemingly got canned. But I would love a 3D Donkey Kong. I think that'd be awesome. And obviously, they're making a big push with Donkey Kong. I mean, Universal, the Mario Land or the Nintendo Land, whatever they call it, has a whole Donkey Kong area. There's a Donkey Kong ride even that's opening up in May. So
Main character in the Mario movie too, for some reason.
Yeah, big character in the Mario movie.
Getting a
Seth Rogen.
redesign in Mario Kart as well, which might be like a tip off.
Yeah,
Mm.
that is true.
I feel like that's something they would save for the end though. Be like, and here's one more thing.
I
That would
don't
be pretty
I don't know if
big.
you would end it. Well, you know what? We'll get there. I will also say you can, when we get there, you can choose somebody's like first party game to show up. That would be eligible to be picked as your one last thing that they show. Just accidentally put New Dong City in the spreadsheet.
Hey,
Hey. My pick, I'm actually shocked. I'm actually surprised. Nobody picked it, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to say the first party game shown is going to be Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Deluxe. I think they are going to show off Super Smash Brothers Ultimate because I think they'd be stupid to leave it on to just leave it. It's going to come with all the DLC and there's going to be a new fighter pass announced.
A full pass?
A full pass.
So
5
no new characters.
They're gonna
Fighter
add
launch.
no. They're gonna add
Fighter
one.
Pass 3.
They're gonna add one new character, and you guessed it. It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Shit. Dude, but instead of being like Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Cross the soccer, it's going to be Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Cross City of Wolves. Like
You're gonna be like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome to Riyadh season.
It's the
God.
exact same game, except Minecraft Steve's model is now Jack Black.
Ooh,
that's a new
Jack Black
costume.
skin would go crazy.
Jack Black me costume, please.
But yeah, I think they're going to show Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Deluxe and Fighter Pass 3 is going to be announced. And that's back to me. And now we're in our second category, which is the first third-party game shown. So I'm sure everybody has at least seen the reports that, third-party developers don't have dev kits. Not true. That's not true. Obviously, third-party developers have dev kits. That's insane to think. Now,
I thought that's where we got the first leaks from, anyways. Third parties.
Well, kind of. It's complicated. But anyways, I do think not every third-party developer has dev kits, obviously. I think it's only Nintendo's closest allies.
Yeah, if you're making a launch year game or something, you have a dev kit, and if you're just
Yes.
a random run-of-the-mill dev, you're getting one in June.
Yep.
Closest allies, Italy, Japan.
You would say
Possibly
Italy is
Germany.
Nintendo's closest ally before Japan?
It's a World War II joke.
It's a World War II joke. Did you not
Oh.
hear everything I followed up with?
Well, no, I heard Italy, and I was like, oh, I guess the Mario connection. But then you said Japan second, and I was like, why would their home country only be their second biggest ally?
And then I followed up with Nazi Germany.
Well, I didn't hear Nazi Germany. I didn't hear that part. Well, anyways,
Also, those were the Axis.
First third-party game shown. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I think there's one game that the people are clamoring to play. The developers and even the publishers of these video games recently have said, "Man, maybe we shouldn't keep these games on one console, folks." Final Fantasy VII Remake will be the first third-party game shown on Switch 2.
Safe pick.
You kind of messed up on the delivery there. I'm sorry.
I did because I almost wanted to say it was going to be a package with Remake and Rebirth, but I didn't know what I was going to call it, and I almost said Final Fantasy VII Deluxe, but then I realized I called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe as well, and I don't think there's going to be that many deluxe games. I just don't think that's possible. All right, to Colt, what do you think the first third-party game shown on the Nintendo Switch 2 will be?
I really don't have to think about it much. The first thing that comes to mind is Doom: The Dark Ages, because of the Switch, because Doom 1 came out on the Switch pretty close after launch, I think.
It was year one anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it was year one for sure.
I think that's a good bet, even though Microsoft
even
has them.
Eternal came to Switch, yeah. So it's not even
Yeah.
like the second one came to Switch too. So that's a good pick.
Yeah, that is a good pick. Honestly, I wasn't even thinking of Doom. And yeah, with Dark Ages coming out in May, that seems tailored to it. Wenzel up next. First third-party game shown on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Mine is probably a long shot because nobody has said anything about it, but I feel like if any time's going to be the time, it's going to be now. It's going to be for this. I don't think it's going to be for the Switch 1 shit. I think they're going to skip this whole fucking console generation for some reason, and it's going to be, I think, Hollow Knight Silksong.
Wow. Okay.
That's a big bet.
That's a very big bet.
Hey, I'm a big guy. I make big.
Hey, that would make Colt really happy.
Don't talk.
He just drafted it in Fantasy Critic.
What the fuck's wrong with Wenzel? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I saw where Colt drafted it. I'm just like, he can go fuck himself. I'm gonna call it on this.
Damn. Hey, get his ass.
Yeah, get me.
And back to Garrett. First third-party game shown on the Switch 2.
So when you said this, like two easy slam dunkers came to mind. You said one of them, which is Final Fantasy VII Remake. The other's Elden Ring.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
That was almost my pick.
And Elden Ring feels like the Skyrim of the Switch 2. You know, the thing that they show in the trailer, just like, fuck, it has that.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to pick Elden Ring.
Oh, I already
man,
typed it
not
in
even
your
for
slot.
motion controls.
I'm going to take a wild swing, and I'm going to say Split Fiction. I'm going to say EA will come with we're supporting the Switch this time for real, guys, and Split Fiction will be there, and it'll be a launch game.
Oh,
wow.
shit. Actually, with some of the mechanics in Split Fiction, that would be pretty sick.
Damn. Okay.
I didn't even think about that. That's actually really fucking good.
I can't even
That
think
is
of
a
the
good
last
pick.
EA game on Switch.
Probably like last year's FIFA somehow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, probably FIFA if I had to guess. Well, it's not even called FIFA anymore. What isn't it just
EA Sports FC. Yeah.
Yeah, EA Sports FC now. Okay, Garrett, back to you in our third category, release date. Now, this is going to be the closest to the release date. So it doesn't matter if it passes your release date. Just for instance, if you guess April 7th and it comes out on the 8th, as long as you're the closest, you get it. So, Garrett, what do you think will be the exact release date of the Nintendo Switch 2?
Nintendo have traditionally been Friday boys until the last year or so, where they become Thursday boys for releasing things. So I'm not sure where to go there, whether it's a Thursday or a Friday. I'm gonna go with Thursday. I'm gonna follow recent trends, and I will say Thursday, June 5th will be the Nintendo Switch release date. First week of June is where I think they'll hit it.
Interesting. It's so weird too, because I feel like Nintendo is really the only one that's ever played with release dates like that. Like the Wii U came out on a fucking Sunday in America, and all the Pokemon games used to come out on Sundays, and then they moved to Tuesdays for a little while, and then they moved to Fridays. But yeah, now they're on a whole Thursday train, so it really is kind of up in the air. Wenzel, when do you think the Switch 2 will release?
Garrett, you gotta fuck me on this one because I'm choosing fucking Friday, June 6th.
Oh no! I've been Price is right it.
hey! But if it comes out before June 5th, and it's Garrett's to hold. Colt, when do you think the Switch 2 is going to come out?
Don't you fucking do it! Don't you fucking do what I think you might do.
June 4th. Yeah. Just kidding. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, say it's gonna come out on a Saturday.
Oh man, June feels like it's very obvious. I want to say it will come out before E3, or not E3, Summer Games Fest. But at the same time, it might happen during. So I'm gonna go ahead and say June 13th.
June 13th.
Oh, okay. Friday the 13th. Ooh, kind of an omen.
Yep, that was the one reason I was avoiding that date.
Well, Nintendo might try to get edgy with it again.
Luigi's Mansion launch game.
Ooh. And he fights Jason.
Ooh, bring back GameCube vibes for some reason. Interesting.
Please.
So I have.
Why is he killing all these campers?
I don't know what he just said.
When is Summer Games Fest? Summer Games Fest is
usually the second week, isn't it?
Yeah.
June 6th to the 9th.
Ooh, that's early. Yeah.
So that's early.
Nintendo gives Keighley nothing these days, by the way. Keighley gets nothing from Nintendo anymore.
Nah.
That is true. But Nintendo usually always has a direct in June. So by that thinking, a direct on the 10th or the 17th is not out of the question for Nintendo. And I think that June direct is going to be before the Switch 2 launches.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
So I'm going to say the Switch 2 will be coming out on Friday, June 20th.
That was my second choice.
All right. So we're all in June. Nobody wanted to take the May bait. I still think it's possible it comes in May.
It's because it was less than 2 months between release date announcement and release date for the Switch 1. It was early January and then early March.
Yeah, so it was like 6 weeks. And June just feels like such a weird time to release. I mean, I get, it's Nintendo and they just have no rules. They do whatever they want. But it does seem weird to release in just a major console coming out in June seems so foreign to me at this point.
I feel like it makes a lot of sense though, especially for Nintendo with a young skewing audience. Like summer holidays, kids buy video games. It makes so much sense to what it started doing.
It makes sense from a common sense perspective. I'm just surprised. I don't know. It almost shocks me that a company is that smart.
And I think that they have learned from the Switch 1, where fair enough, it's not March this time, but they were launch earlier in the year and have a ramp up to a really good holiday, as opposed to launch on holiday. I think that was actually a really sneaky good thing they did with Switch that they're going to do again here.
Yeah, but the Switch 1 had bangers all year. I mean, a lot of people call Mario Kart a launch title for the Switch 1. Mario Kart didn't come till May. Mario Kart was 2 months after the Switch 1 launched.
Yeah,
And
big
it
ARMS June
was
release.
just the same game.
Yeah, ARMS was a June release. Odyssey was October. I couldn't even tell you what else was in there.
Xenoblade was toward the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the Splatoon was in there, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
launch year, wasn't
was Splatoon June or July?
it? It was July, maybe. Yeah. Sushi Striker Wave the Sushido.
Oh.
Shit, my bad.
Damn.
Up next in our fourth category, the American price for the Switch 2. I know everybody's talking tariffs and chip shortages and shipping costs and production issues and this and that and the other. There is absolutely no way the Switch 2 comes out for any price that is not $399.99.
Oh, you added the extra 9 in the 99. I think you fucked yourself.
No, that's too cheap.
I think yeah.
$399.99. Colt, what is your prediction? Now,
Everything's
also, I do want to say this is for the base model. If they have
no
a base
slot
model,
drive.
if they have a base model and a OLED model, because that has been rumored that they're launching both at the same time. This is just the base model, $399.99.
Oh God. Oh man. Since everything's going to shit in America. Oh God. I hate to think about it, but 500 $499.99.
No way, but you know what, Cole? I respect it, but there's no way.
Just wait. Just wait.
Yeah,
I'm kinda
Nintendo
with
don't sell
Colt.
at a loss. That's always like Nintendo don't currently sell the current Switch at a like that. The Switch never took a price cut, which is crazy. But like they didn't sell that at a loss at launch, so they've been making money on every single Switch unit. So like the best defense of like a higher price is if the component costs are higher than $399, they will sell it at higher than $399. They're not going to sell at a loss. They don't do that.
Yeah, man, $500 seems absurd when you can get a Steam Deck for cheaper.
Yeah, it
Hey,
doesn't
don't
have
worry.
Mario,
Steam
fuck
Decks are
off.
going to go up in price too.
Wenzel,
Yes.
what is your guess for the American launch price of the Switch 2?
I am going to go in the middle and say $449.99
Okay.
because that
That's
was a
true.
price. That was a price I saw floating around forever ago, and I'm gonna stick just with that.
I just said
In
that's
my-
true to a thought that I had, but to myself. That's strange.
In my mind, that's the absolute highest the Switch 2 is. I don't think there's any world the Switch 2 comes out and it's $500. That's just not a family friendly price. $449 I can see, but I still am very skeptical about. I think $399.99 is where they land on this thing. But I want to hear from Garrett. Garrett might be at a disadvantage from this. I don't even know if he knew America had money. What do you think is the American price for the launch of the Switch 2?
I'll do a little bit of fuckery and I'll take the 99 off your price and go $399 flat. So
Wow.
Hey, that's fine. There's no way that this isn't going to have 99 cents at the end of it, so I'm fine with that.
no, 99 flat.
Man,
Hey, it could be $300.
It could be 350. 350 is not out of like Switch is 300. So like,
but the OLED's 350.
but this doesn't have an OLED screen.
That would be so weird to have the OLED and the Switch 2 on the market at the same time for the same price.
Now, what would
Unless
that be
you
in
think
Irish
everything's
money?
going to get a price cut.
Hey, Tanner,
What?
maybe when I'm asking a question, don't talk over me.
Whoa.
sorry, that sounded really mean. What would that be in Irish money?
I think we'll probably price match US. We're close enough. It'll probably be the same price.
€3.99.
Yeah, it'll be cheaper in pounds, but in euro, it'll probably be same price as USD.
Yeah, probably be like what, $3.79 in pounds.
Sometimes a lot cheaper than pounds. We really get fucked on currency.
But you're no Australian.
No, they get totally fucked on currency.
The Switch 2 is going to be $800 American dollars.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
It's going to be a fuck ton. All right, and our final category, the one last thing, the staple of the Nintendo Direct for forever at this point. Garrett, what do you think Nintendo's one last thing will be?
It will not be a launch year game. I do not think they will even have a full trailer for it, but it will be a 25 announcement for the next Animal Crossing game.
Ooh,
That's
Okay.
good.
Because one of the biggest cultural moments of the Switch, big seller, that game came out 5 years ago, so they've been working on something. Animal Crossing.
And it got no
shit.
updates. So yeah, you would think that team has been doing something for the last 5 years. I would also say the biggest cultural moment for the Switch.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I mean 1,000%. One of the best-selling games of all time. What New Horizons is going to end up? It's like close to 30 million now. I mean, just an absolute fucking behemoth.
Because they know one of the things that a lot of people who bought Switches for are going to be looking out for is what is the next Animal Crossing on that thing. So they will have that in the first presentation.
Yep, Garrett, I think that's a fan-fucking-tastic call. Do I think it's correct? No, but I think it's a great call. Wenzel, what is Nintendo's one last thing of the Direct?
Well, I said it earlier, and I was just lucky enough to be second. So I'm going to say the Donkey Kong game.
Okay.
Hey,
3D Donkey Kong. It's possible that Donkey Kong's making a big push.
it was either that or Hollow Knight.
It's
and-
extremely possible. No way they would ever one last thing a third-party game, but
Well, not an
Then why
indie.
not?
It would have to be like a fucking Microsoft thing or something.
yeah, the Halo.
Might be
Or-
there. I think the Halo, there's a
It could
good
be.
chance it'll be there.
Game Pass on Switch 2 is not out of the question because everything's an Xbox now. Colt, one last thing from Nintendo.
Oh man,
At the
I feel
Direct.
sick. I feel sick.
Oh god. Oh god. Get the
I'm a f-
sawdust.
Fucking throw up. Feed me sawdust. Nintendo. This feels like a time. It's been 2 years since the last one of these came out. So I'm thinking maybe it's time for them to release a 5-second teaser of Zelda walking into a cave. I'm talking the next big Zelda game.
Son of a
Mhm.
bitch.
Oh
Mm.
my god.
That was
Was that
mine.
that was your call? Wow.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
Yeah.
much of a reveal, but it's
Yep.
just going to be like, we're working on it.
Yep. Colt,
Yeah.
I was right there with you. My guess was literally going to be an Elder Scrolls 6 type tease for the next Legend of Zelda. Oh shit.
Get spanked.
Now I just man. Now I'm like, where God. Fuck.
Tanner's being
Uh,
spanked right now. And he does
yeah.
not like it.
Ah, shit. I really didn't have a backup because I did not. After Garrett went Animal Crossing, I did not think anybody was going to go Legend of Zelda. Oh, shit.
Think we're dumbasses?
Shit. Well, I mean, it hasn't been that long since Tears of the Kingdom.
2 years is enough time to make a 5-second clip.
It's what they did for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, true, but still.
I think there's a very safe one you could pick the clothes on.
Really? Yeah, I'm interested to hear what it is after I choose.
right.
God. Shit. I don't want to say that because I don't think that's what you end this on.
Here's a cool idea. Nintendo, if you want it, please pay me. Luigi and Yoshi, Haunted Dinosaurs.
That would be
Whoa.
awesome. That would be so
Okay.
cool.
Dinosaur
God.
dinosaur ghosts.
Haunted Yoshi's Island with Luigi. Shit. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark because I think Nintendo is gonna be like, we're here, we're king, we ain't fucking around. And I'm gonna say we are gonna get
Avengers Doomsday.
yeah, it's gonna be a 6-hour live stream of chairs. And I'm gonna see people's reaction to go, Wyatt Russell, who the fuck is that? Even though he's been in like 6 things at this point. I'm gonna say that Nintendo, because everybody has heard the rumors that there's gonna be a Breath of the Wild remaster remake coming to Switch 2. Uh,
God, that's such a
soonish.
Nintendo move too. Instead of doing just a
Yeah.
patch.
A
Fuck you.
lot of the, okay. First of all, Colt, Naughty Dog did it like
Yeah,
6
it's
times.
bullshit, and I hate it.
Nobody likes it.
But I'm gonna go one a little bigger. I think Nintendo is remaking another game from their illustrious history,
Ooh.
and that game is going to be a combined remake of Super Mario Galaxies 1 and 2. And that is what they end the direct
Oh.
on.
I was gonna say just they end on 3D Mario. Like I predicted they'd start on it. They could have just as well just end on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but and see, I was gonna say that, but
Especially because that's probably going to be a 2025 game. So
yes, I agree.
I feel like that would be something just to show off the tech, because I feel like that would be a pretty advanced game for them, graphically at least, trying to show off the visuals.
yeah.
I just think, well, Garrett, I do agree with that, and there is precedent for it because that is how the Switch 1 originally ended with our first look at Odyssey, the Switch 1 announcement direct. I think there's precedent.
This is probably closer to the presentation thing, which ended on Zelda, which was a
Yes.
launch game. So maybe Metroid Prime 4 might be a decent guess if that's a launch game, but you never know.
I'm of the thinking now, especially with them doing the Switch 1 direct, that Metroid Prime 4 is mainly going to be marketed as a Switch 1 game that you can also play on Switch 2.
Mhm.
That is
Maybe.
that is my thinking, because I'm also of the thinking now Metroid Prime 4 is coming out before the Switch 2 comes out. I think that game comes out in May.
Wow.
Or even April. That game could come out at the end of April. I mean, people have had pre-orders for it for 8 years, so I mean, what's the difference? Well, that's it. That's the Switch 2 predictions draft. Just to go over everybody's picks. For the first party game shown, Garrett went with 3D Mario, parentheses all new donk. Wenzel went Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Colt went 3D Donkey Kong, and I went with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe and Fighter Pass 3 shown. Which parentheses doesn't count for this, so just Ultimate Deluxe would be fine. As for Garrett, 3D Mario would be fine. The first third party game shown, Garrett went with Split Fiction. Wenzel went with Hollow Knight Silk Song. Colt with, I think, secretly the sleeper pick of the draft, Doom the Dark Ages. And I said Final Fantasy VII Remake. For release dates, Garrett went with Thursday, June 5th. Wenzel went with Friday, June 6th. Colt went with Friday, June 13th, and I went with Friday, June 20th. So if it comes out any time before June 5th, Garrett's got that pick.
Yeah.
The American price, Garrett went with $399.00. Wenzel went with $449.99. Colt went with $499.99, and I went with the correct price, $399.99. And for the one last thing of the direct, Garrett said an announcement for Animal Crossing. Wenzel went with 3D Donkey Kong. Colt said the teaser of the next big Legend of Zelda. And I said a combined remake of Super Mario Galaxies 1 and 2.
Would you like my rapid fire things that I wrote down before you sprung a game on us?
Hell yeah. I would love to hear it.
All right. HD2D Chrono Trigger.
Oh yeah. I think that's
I need that.
You don't remake.
They're doing like 30th anniversary stuff, so
You don't remake Live Alive if you're not doing it to Chrono Trigger. I completely agree with that.
My never-ending prediction: a open world Pushmo game.
I'm so sorry, Garrett.
Every prediction.
Say Pushmo? The little
Pushmo,
sumo
yeah.
wrestler dude?
Yeah, we would like move blocks in and out, but you make it open world, so you like interact with the entire environment with that way, and you like climb mountains with it. It would be awesome.
I wish they were that brave.
New Xenoblade game, spiritual successor to X, but the hook is that you can travel to multiple planets as opposed to one planet. I said
Please.
Split Fiction, Elden Ring. GameCube NSO will be a thing. That might be a Switch 1 direct thing, though. And my broader prediction, there will be a discussion coming out of the direct about whether or not the graphics are notably improved on Switch.
Oh, of course.
My god.
Of course. That's a given. That's a given.
Yeah.
Those are the other things I wrote down.
Hell yeah, that's a 100% given. Colt, Wenzel, do y'all have any things y'all want to throw out there for the Switch
I
2 Direct?
can't wait for Game Freak to come out of this looking worse than ever. The graphics are going to look like dog shit when they show 5 seconds of Zaza. It's going to be great.
Somehow
Oh,
Pokemon
God.
looks worse.
Like okay, so I'll go ahead and tell you this. I made a counter pick recently on our fantasy league, and it was Pokemon Za, because with like their past track record, I don't know why I feel like it's gonna do actually kind of low. I probably will enjoy it, but I just don't think it's gonna do well.
Pokemon games never really review super great anyway, so yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick.
Arceus
Yeah.
did pretty good.
That's because that one was good, though.
Yeah, but this is
that was
another
the-
Legends game, though.
But it's super
Yeah, but-
weird compared to Arceus.
Yeah, it is super different than Arceus.
And then I know people are gonna bitch about those graphics, which that's fair. That's completely fair, especially if
I
it's
don't
coming on.
care.
You know, I know, but it's gonna happen, especially
Yeah.
with ratings. So I think it's a good counter pick on my part. Your
Also, I
opinion
will
is
say
You're going to go
Arceus-
negative.
Arceus only has an 83. I
That's
say only.
good.
That's a good score, but that's not even as high as I thought it was.
That's still good.
Also,
Arceus is
from
the
this
best
whole-
It
Pokemon
is a
game.
good score.
You're gonna go negative.
No,
You're
I
gonna
am
go.
negative. Not gonna.
Oh,
Just
also
for the record, MLB The Show 25 has an 82. Just
okay.
Okay, all right.
Tanner, how many times have you asked for a Mario Galaxy remake?
A
I
lot.
want, dude. I just want to be able to play fucking 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you've asked for it and they have never delivered on that.
I mean,
and
I mean, Mario Galaxy
even
1 is
listening?
on the Switch.
are they listening?
It like Galaxy 1 is on the Switch. I feel good about it. Feels so fucking bizarre that like every major Nintendo game ever is on the Switch, except like arguably the pinnacle before Odyssey, the pinnacle of 3D Mario being Super Mario Galaxy 2. It makes no sense why that game is locked on a console that is about to turn 20 years old. That makes no fucking sense to me.
On Wii U, too.
Take it up with them.
It wasn't on the Wii U, Gary. You could just play it on the Wii U.
No, they released it in the shop. It was on the Virtual Console.
Well, you know what?
But you can't buy it anymore because they shut it off. But listen,
Maybe-
it's on the system.
Hey, maybe if my gamepad didn't break with my Wii U, maybe I would have played it.
Maybe don't use it as a dinner
you can-
plate.
Well, they should have had that in the instructions, idiot.
Yeah, I can just imagine Tanner just stabbing his knife into the fucking screen.
That's what happened exactly, actually.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Let's make some fun guesses now. Elder Scrolls 6.
Day and date with the Switch 2.
Positive explode.
The Wolf Among Us Season 2.
Oblivion.
Do you think
Oblivion.
I was about to say, do you think this is where Bethesda finally shows that Oblivion remake?
You know what's
It
crazy?
could.
Is I was looking up people's other predictions. There's a lot of people who think
There's a
That
lot
they're
of
gonna
people that think that, yeah.
it's like I don't. If they do that, well, fuck me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose this. I'm just gonna say I lose.
It was so funny when Garrett said that they would want Elden Ring to be the Switch 2 Skyrim. It's going to be so fucking funny when they have Oblivion be Switch 2 Skyrim. That's just
The older game.
the older game, yeah, the 20-year-old or 19-year-old game. I find that deeply amusing. And I think that's extremely possible. That's where they show this thing at, especially considering I've only heard that game's coming out in April. So
Which one direct game, baby?
shit, hey, maybe that
Oh
would
God.
be, that would be crazier.
Are the okay? I don't ever think about this off the top of my head. Are the Switch directs always rated like E or like fairly like? Do they always have like M rated?
It's usually
they
E
usually
to
say-
whatever the highest one is.
Well, it's
It's a
usually
range, yeah.
like in R because some of the shit's not rated. It's usually that to M.
I mean, if they did show Split Fiction, then it would have to be pretty high. I was just thinking about that because I'm like, what would be something if they could go like I don't know, kind of crazy. It'd be kind of funny if they showed like Gears of War.
Possible. They've been talking about
Like-
that Gears collection coming out later this year.
Like that'd be insane.
Man, it's crazy to think that like this time next week we're gonna know what the Switch 2 is. I mean, we
Well,
know what it is,
been
but we're
announced,
gonna
yeah.
like know what it is.
It's
That's so
made by
exciting.
Nintendo. That's what I know.
And it's also an Xbox. Hi guys, I'm Phil Spencer. I bet you've been wondering.
I thought he was here. What the hell?
Well, that's all I got. If nobody else has anything, we can go into plugs.
PlayStation Game Pass, is that anything?
PlayStation announces the PlayStation's version of Game Pass exclusive to Switch 2.
Not even for PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just called. They actually call it PlayStation Game Pass.
Astrobot releases on Switch, but they replace every single one of the little dudes with Nintendo characters.
Okay, can
That'd
we
be
be real
good.
though? Astrobot
That would-
handheld, it just seems fucking perfect.
Get a
It does.
Portal.
Get a portal. Get a portal.
You don't even
I
have a PS5.
PS5. Shut the fuck up. Cole.
Ah.
Thank you everybody for listening to this week's episode of the All You Can Hear podcast. As always, leave us a like, a review, a comment, on rating on your podcast feed of choice. We're also on YouTube, All You Can Hear, where all of our past VODs and non-VODs have gone, as well as every single episode of the podcast. So go check that out. Go subscribe. It's so weird to me that the episodes that get traction on YouTube, because it's a total just random. It's random. And you follow us on Bluesky, AYCH podcast.bsky.social, and you can follow me, Tanner, on Bluesky at Tanner1495.bsky.social. And I'm going to throw it over to our guest, Garrett. Garrett, plug away.
Hello, yes, follow me on Twitter. I'm going down with the ship at garrettkidney, GARETTKIDNEY. I have a TNA History podcast. You've got to be kidding me, where we cover TNA 1 month at a time. We are currently in October 2006. If you would like some horrible Vince Russo television, you can go listen to that. That's it. Do that.
Hell yeah.
My name's Colt.
I'm
Follow me
Wenzel.
on.
Motherfucker.
Wow,
You
okay,
really
to be
doing this
fair,
right
Colt
now?
was talking. And
I'm
That was
sorry.
actually-
I'm just.
I started.
That was a tremendously well coordinated callback to the start of the podcast. I'm actually
Thank
really
you.
impressed.
Thank you. I tried
Yeah,
so
thank you.
hard to do that.
I worked really hard.
Yeah,
to do
they've
that.
actually been rehearsing that bit for about a week.
Yeah.
Tanner, throw to one of them for the love of God.
Colt, plug.
Hey, what's
Wow.
up?
Fucking racist.
Yeah, Tanner, that's racist. My name's
Hey,
Colt.
I
Follow
was
me on
saving the
Blue
best for
Sky.
last.
Go, Wenzel.
Thank you. Okay. All right. You got
Colt
me blushing a little.
D99 on Blue Sky.
You can follow me on Blue Sky, World of Wenzel and Wenzel's Essentials, and I have a link tree. Thank you.
I love you.
Everybody, preemptively rate the Switch 2 Direct. Scale of 1 to 10. Go. Everybody say
7.
9.
8.3.
I didn't hear Garrett.
I gave it an 8.3.
That was pretty good.
I said 9.
I said 7. Tanner?
Tanner?
Colt has given some really shitty state of plays over a 7, and Colt thinks the Switch 2 fucking Direct is going to be a 7.
I'm
This
just
is gonna
saying
be-
they're going to shoot me at the end.
Hey,
What do you
this-
expect?
This is going to be
Seven's
a
pretty
10.
high, to be
Hey,
fair.
This is going to be a 10. End it.